The gaslighting glass. How the modern mirror changed your face. I want you to try a little experiment this weekend. Skip your usual weekend errands and go track down the oldest mirror you can possibly find. I am not talking about the sleek, frameless mirror hanging over your bathroom sink. You know the one. The one you stare into every single morning when you flip on those brutal fluorescent overhead lights. That mirror is almost certainly just a piece of modern float glass, manufactured in a sterile, massive factory, backed by a micro-thin layer of sprayed aluminum. I want you to find a true antique. Go to an estate sale, or find that one incredibly dusty corner of a local antique mall where the mahogany furniture is too heavy to move and the glass has those weird, dark, cloudy edges. Stand in front of it. Look at yourself. If you really pay attention, you are going to notice something wild. You look different. Not distorted like a cheap carnival funhouse, but different in a way that is actually incredibly hard to articulate. The color of your skin looks warmer. The shadows resting on the angles of your face seem deeper, softer. Even your eyes look completely different. Light seems to physically fall into your pupils, rather than harshly bouncing right off the surface. The reflection in that old glass has depth. It feels less like the glass is showing you your flat, bare exterior, and more like it is pulling something out from underneath it. I noticed this years ago, standing in a dimly lit Victorian house in upstate New York. Catching my reflection in a 150-year-old mirror, my immediate, unfiltered thought was, wait, do I look better in this? And the reflection wasn't lower quality. It was radically different. That antique glass interacted with light in a way my bathroom mirror simply does not. I filed that observation away as a fun curiosity until I started researching the actual physical history of mirrors. And I stumbled onto a historical rabbit hole that I have not been able to stop thinking about since. Here is the truth. They completely changed how mirrors are made. And I don't mean through the slow, natural evolution of craftsmanship. They entirely altered the physical chemistry of how a mirror captures photons and returns them to your eyeballs. This massive shift happened in an incredibly tight window of time, the mid to late 1800s, and the textbook reasons given for this sudden shift absolutely do not explain why the beautiful method was abandoned so aggressively that within a single generation, the mirrors humanity had relied on for centuries went practically extinct. If modern mirrors are supposedly so much better and more advanced, why does standing in front of an antique mirror feel like looking at a kinder, more human version of yourself? To understand what happened, we have to look at what mirrors used to be. The history of mirror making isn't just boring manufacturing trivia. It is one of the most fiercely guarded, blood-soaked trade secrets in global commerce. For 400 years, the absolute finest mirrors on planet Earth were made in one specific place, the island of Murano, sitting in the Venetian lagoon in Italy. The Venetians didn't invent the mirror, but they perfected it. And Venetian glass became the ultimate luxury flex in European high society. By weight, a Venetian mirror was more valuable than gold. It was the ultimate status symbol for royalty. These mirrors were so insanely profitable that the Republic of Venice classified the recipe as a top-tier matter of national security. The government confined all of their master glassmakers to Murano under the literal threat of death. If a mirror maker tried to sneak off the island to sell his specialized knowledge to competing nations, the government sent actual assassins, an elite group known as the Council of Ten, to hunt him down. The stakes were unbelievably high. In the late 1600s, King Louis XIV of France was so obsessed with these mirrors that he sent undercover spies into Venice. So they bribed and smuggled master glassmakers out of Murano in the dead of night, just so the king could build the famous Hall of Mirrors at the Palace of Versailles. The Venetian government was so furious that they dispatched assassins to Paris to poison the defectors. That is how seriously the world took this specific quality of reflection. The historical record is deafeningly silent when you ask why. Why treat a mirror recipe with the lethal intensity of military weapons? The standard explanation is economics. Protect the monopoly, protect the cash cow. That's true, but Venice produced ships, textiles, and spices. None of those industries had state-sponsored hitmen protecting their secrets. The mirrors were special. Digging into the chemistry of the Venetian technique reveals exactly what made them so special. But the master craftsmen of Murano made mirrors using a tin-mercury amalgam. A craftsman would lay a sheet of pure tin foil on a perfectly flat marble table, then pour liquid mercury directly over it. The chemicals bonded, creating a brilliant, reflective metallic sludge. Next, a pristine sheet of glass was painstakingly slid across the liquid surface to push out the excess mercury. Finally, heavy stone weights were placed on the glass, leaving it in a dark curing room for weeks, sometimes months, while the metal bonded. It was agonizingly slow, requiring an artisan skill that took decades to master. But the product was unlike anything we have today. That amalgam did not reflect light like a modern mirror. Today, your bathroom mirror is made by taking a piece of glass into a vacuum chamber and depositing a micro-thin, perfectly uniform layer of aluminum or silver on the back. It is mathematically precise, bouncing photons back at your eyes at the exact harsh angle they arrived. It gives a flat, hyper-realistic reflection, exactly what a 4K digital camera sees. But the old tin-mercury mirrors had a thicker, less uniform metal layer. The molecular structure interacted with light in a complex way, naturally absorbing harsh wavelengths while softening others. The result was a conversation between light, metal, and glass. It produced a reflection with genuine warmth. It rendered human skin in soft, glowing tones that modern aluminum mirrors literally cannot replicate. It showed the subtle gradations of shadows on a human face, the exact kind of soft or cinematic lighting that modern photographers and influencers spend thousands of dollars on ring lights and editing software trying to artificially recreate. The old mirrors didn't show you less of yourself. They showed you differently. That wasn't a flaw. It was a specific quality of light deliberately cultivated over 4 centuries. And then, industrial capitalism killed it. In 1835, a German chemist named Justus von Liebig developed a purely chemical process to deposit a micro-thin layer of metallic silver directly onto glass. His new process was lightning fast and incredibly cheap. You didn't need to let the mirror cure under stone weights for 2 months, and you didn't need a Murano-trained master craftsman. Most importantly, and this became the official PR spin, it completely eliminated the use of mercury. As we have to be fair here, mercury is insanely toxic. The old mirror makers frequently suffered from severe heavy metal poisoning, developing tremors, organ failure, and severe cognitive decline. The mad-as-a-hatter syndrome affected mirror makers too. The new silvering process eliminated toxic mercury. It was safer, it was better, and it was a triumph of modern science. But official history uses this valid health concern to mask a much darker structural reality. The health argument was just the excuse used to sell the transition. The real reason was the Industrial Revolution. The old tin-mercury process was stubbornly slow and deeply artisanal. You couldn't scale it to meet the demands of a rapidly booming, urbanizing middle class who suddenly had disposable income. But the silver process was a factory owner's dream. First, you could crank out thousands of mirrors a day, putting cheap, highly reflective glass in every suburban bathroom and department store in America. Within just a few decades, the tin-mercury mirror was entirely wiped off the face of the earth. It wasn't replaced because it gave a worse reflection. It was replaced because it was fundamentally incompatible with mass market consumer capitalism. We see this pattern everywhere. A superior artisan product requiring deep human skill is aggressively replaced by a technically inferior industrial product just because it can be mass-produced at a higher profit margin. It happened with the food we eat and the clothes we wear. The product that serves the human being always loses to the product that serves the profit margin. But with mirrors, the loss was incredibly personal. A mirror isn't just a piece of furniture, it is the primary mechanism of your self-perception. Functionally speaking, the image in your bathroom mirror is your face. You never actually look directly at your own face in the real world. You only know the face the mirror shows you, the one you critically analyze every single day. When you fundamentally change the physics of the mirror, you fundamentally change the face. Before the mid-1800s, the reflection you encountered every morning was warm, softened by the physical chemistry of the metal. It rendered skin with a natural luminescence, showing your face the way the human eye actually sees it, with the subtle grace and contextual warmth we naturally grant to the people we are looking at. But the mass-produced mirror strips all of that away. It subjects you to a flat, clinical, an unforgiving interrogation of light. It highlights every single pore, every microscopic red spot, every tiny asymmetry. It subjects you to a harshness that no human being looking at you in the real world would ever actually perceive. The modern mirror does not show you what you look like. It shows you what a machine sees when it looks at you. Think about it. We are the first generations in the entire history of the human race to know exactly what our own pores look like. For thousands of years, a human being only ever saw their face in a still pond, a piece of polished bronze, or the warm, forgiving glow of tin-mercury glass. Today, we buy 10 times magnifying mirrors with built-in LED ring lights so we can aggressively dissect our own faces like scientists examining a petri dish. That gap between the gentle, the human reflection of the past and the clinical, hyper-aggressive reflection of the present might just be one of the most psychologically devastating shifts in modern history. Think about the modern epidemic of appearance anxiety. Think about the obsession with our flaws. Think about the multi-billion-dollar global skincare, cosmetics, and plastic surgery industries. That entire economic behemoth is built on one core conviction. The face you see in the mirror is not good enough, and it needs to be fixed. It is absolutely no coincidence that the timeline of this massive, global insecurity complex aligns perfectly with the transition to modern mirrors. When the reflection became clinical, the human face stopped being a presence to accept and became a problem to solve. The corporate industries profiting off that problem literally could not exist if you didn't have a mirror highlighting those microscopic flaws with ruthless precision. Change the technology of self-perception, and you change the psychology. Shatter a person's psychological self-image, and you create a desperate, highly profitable market of people trying to fix a face that didn't actually need fixing in the first place. The old mirrors didn't create that market. They gave you a reflection you could live with, showing a face that looked human, the way the people who love you see you. We are told modern mirrors are better, sharper, truer. But truer to what? To the cold optical physics of photon reflection? Sure, but are they truer to the human experience? Are they truer to the way candlelight falls across your skin, or the way someone looks at you when they fall in love with you? Modern mirrors were optimized for cheap, rapid precision. The old mirrors were optimized for something entirely different. Something we don't even have a scientific word for, because industrialization forced us to stop valuing it before we even knew we were losing it. I keep thinking about those Venetian assassins in the 1500s, shedding blood to protect a recipe for glass. What did they know about self-perception that we forgot? We will never truly know. That knowledge wasn't written in a textbook. It was held in the calloused hands of master craftsmen. When factories took over, that feeling couldn't be packaged and sold at a big box store. It just faded out. I'm not saying antique mirrors were filled with literal magic. I am asking you to think about what we lost when we industrialized our own reflection. I'm asking what it does to the collective mental health of a society to grow up staring into glass optimized for clinical interrogation rather than human warmth. I'm asking whether the face you scrutinize every morning is really your face, or just a hypercritical, artificially harsh version manufactured by industrial chemistry to make you feel flawed enough to buy whatever product sits on the counter beneath it. You were handed a piece of mass-produced glass and told it was the absolute truth. It makes you wonder, what else in your life have you been handed and never thought to question?